Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Total Extreme Wrestling WWE 2010 live stream. And today we're hoping to get to the Night of Champions pay-per-view. We recently just completed the Guilty as Charged pay-per-view, which was our first pay-per-view for the ECW brand in the series history, which was pretty exciting. Turned out to be pretty good in the end as well. We had a much better than expected show. Let's take a look at the Guilty as Charged show. We also have done an extra Raw as well. We'll get to that in a moment. 86 rated. 50,000 attendance. Yeah, I don't think that's really realistic. But we did have a good show. 86. I was just comparing with SummerSlam. SummerSlam got 55,000. We had 50,000 with this show. But 86 rated. It was in the Tri-State area, which we normally get a bit of a boost up when we are in the Tri-State area with the ECW guys. But we'll take a look at it now. We had Tajiri beat Wade Barrett on the pre-show. Low Key beat Tommy Dreamer. R-Truth beat Mike Knox. But on the main show, RVD beat Mr. Kennedy, 81 rated. Homicide beat Sandman. And the match was actually okay. 66 rated. We actually ended up firing Sandman after he lost because he's just, drunk all the time. The Dudley Boys, they beat the world's greatest tag team, Brino and the Colognes, to win the first ever, to become the first ever ECW tag team champions in this series. The titles have changed hands, and the Dudleys are the inaugural champions. Broken Matt Hardy beat MVP as well. That match was a little bit disappointing, 75. Davey Richards made his debut. He beat Justin Gabriel, 67. I think Richards wasn't as good as I was hoping, but I think he'll do better, let's hope. And Kofi Kingston won the ECW World title in an 88 rated match. Very, very good match between the two in the end. I was actually quite surprised at how good they both performed. So, very promising there from both Kofi and Mark Henry. So that's your Guilty as Charged. Now, about 10 minutes before I started streaming, I just did an extra episode of Raw because I wanted to get a little bit further along. We had an 88 rated show. We had Stephanie announcing that a #1 contendership match was going to take place between John Cena and Chris Jericho. Tyson Kidd beat Alberto Del Rio. I know I probably shouldn't have Del Rio lose often, but I just wanted to have these two have a good matchup. But as it turns out, they had bad chemistry. So my plan kind of backfired. Can someone explain how this series works? I tried to watch it, but just don't understand. Well, basically, man, we are in control of the WWE in 2010, and we book the shows, we create the shows, we sign the talent, we control the roster. We have full control of the WWE in 2010, and my plan is to try and have the best possible shows that I can do in that time period, and hope to try and make WWE interesting in our playthrough, because it wasn't very interesting back then. Melina beat Layla in a 74 rated match, actually a lot better than I thought. We had the Bellas Hyper match against the Divas of Doom. Jack Swagger beat Seth Rollins, thanks to Batista coming in and interfering. 81 rated, a very good match. Now, the interesting note about this, Jack Swagger had a 74 rated performance. Seth Rollins had 73, and the popularity difference between those two is huge. So, for that to take place is quite unbelievable, really. Jack Swagger is either really bad or Seth Rollins is really good. I think it's probably the latter. I think Seth Rollins is just really good. Afterwards, we had Batista and Rollins Brawl. 88, which was actually very good for a Brawl. So we're going to end this feud probably with one more matchup. Most likely Batista winning. But so far, this feud has done wonders for both Batista and Rollins. More so Rollins now that Batista did lose to him. But certainly Rollins has become a star. Batista was doing very well, but he's dipped back a little bit. Hopefully, with the victory over Rollins, he'll improve. And then we had John Cena and Chris Jericho. There wasn't any way to have this type of match take place, but what I wanted to happen is I wanted both the shoulders of Jericho and Cena to be down at the same time and have that double pinfall take place, and the referee not knowing who won. So that was my excuse to add this to make this into a triple threat, essentially. My excuse to have Cena and Jericho take on CM Punk in a triple threat matchup at Night of Champions. What do I play this on? It's on PC. So I think it's only on Windows, not Mac. So 88 overall. Pretty good. Happy with that. And if you want to get it, you can buy this game on on Grey Dog Software. That's where you go to buy this game. The official website for the developers of this one. Alright, so let's keep moving along. Now, we've ended a few of our ECW storylines. We still have Kofi and Henry going. We have Broken Man MVP. I'm very tempted to end this, but I feel like we should have a third and final match between the two, because there's been two now. It's one apiece. I think we should probably find a winner. We ended RVD and Kennedy. I think we'll go in a different direction there. And we ended the tag team feud one. So we might need to establish some number one contenders for these tag titles for ECW. But what we might do is just get into ECW so it's a little bit easier to manage it. Our backstage rating is still really bad. The Rock's boasting about how much money he makes. Well, no one can really compare. Bubba Ray, late for a meeting. Just our backstage rating is really bad. It's tough. Well, our attempted rib didn't really help either. Alright. So let's figure this out. So right now we need to have a tag team storyline going on for ECW. Our tag champs are the Dudley Boys, and we have the Colognes, the Rottweilers, the world's greatest tag team, and the world's strongest tag team as potential heel opponents. As you can notice, there's a much stronger depth of tag teams on the face side of things, because you consider this that the world's strongest tag team aren't really an active tag team right now. So I think it makes logical sense to have Benjamin and Charlie Haas take on the Dudleys, but I think we've already done that feud, so we probably should go in a different direction. So I might go the Colognes and do that instead. So I'm gonna go the Colognes because I would have done the world's greatest tag team, but they've already been involved. And I guess you could say that Carlito and Primo haven't really won any matches to earn the right to have this, so we might need to give them a couple of victories. But we might add in the Hurricane. No, we might add in Daniel Bryan and Charlie Haas. Sorry, Rhino, not Charlie Haas. Just add those two in there. We need to find something for some of our top tier names. So we've got RVD and R-Truth and Mr. Kennedy and Shelton Benjamin all available doing nothing. So pretty easy, we could do Kennedy versus Truth, Benjamin versus RVD going forward. If you wanted to bring up the mid card and get them involved, Davey Richards is doing not a lot. He's a possibility. Probably the only. Homicide low key as well. And Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, so not a lot exactly there. So I might go. I think Kennedy and Truth would have a good feud. Might give an opportunity for Truth just to get some airtime and get an opportunity to maybe develop and progress and get some more popularity going. What's up, Bart? Welcome to the stream, my friend. RVD, since he beat him, I think he needs a feud. So RVD versus Benjamin. And we'll add in Charlie Haas as well. How long has this been going for? About 5 minutes, my friend. You just come along. We've just started. Hey, Angry Ben Show, brand new subscriber. Thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate that. I think we're about 15 subscribers now, so we're doing pretty good. We're getting there. I really, really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. If you want to subscribe as well, you can also do so by hitting the subscribe button. If you have Twitch Prime, you can have a free subscription, which Angry Ben Show just did. Overforce. So basically, you're Vince, but better. Yeah, basically we are Vince. We call the shots, we do what we want. We make WWE, essentially. Alright, so we might open up with the Dudley Boys versus Carlito and Primo. Non-title match, and I'm going to give the Colognes the victory. And straight away, boom, they're in contention. They've beaten the tag team champions. We can kick it off there. Alright, and we'll have a promo. We need to give Homicide something, but have MVP complaining about his match recently against Matt Hardy. After the show, look at new talent coming through in developmental. How do you sub? There should be a subscribe button somewhere on your screen. You just press it and you can subscribe from there. Alright, I might give Davey Richards a match and give him one against Finlay. So Richards has 55 pop. What's Finlay at these days? He's about, 59. So that would be good for Richards to get that victory. Put him over. I might have Richards dominated as well. Is there any way to pause the stream and restart where I was? I don't think so. Not on Twitch, unfortunately. Get Jerry Lynn for ECW. Jerry Lynn's really old, dude. He's like mid-40s. He's a bit past it. What can we do? Let's do something with Kennedy. So Kennedy is backstage, furious over loss. Truth makes fun of him. Kennedy slaps Truth. So Mr. Kennedy's backstage, just livid about his loss against RVD. Truth walks along, starts making fun of Kennedy, laughing at him for losing. Kennedy, slaps Truth, and the two have a bit of a scuffle backstage, and that kind of begins the feud between the two. So, did I really just do that? Alright, you guys know it. You guys know what it is. I have a habit. I always click auto name. I have a habit of doing that. I can't do that with the freestyle because I just typed it all in. That's really annoying. Alright, we might do Goldust can have a match and give him one against Shelton Benjamin. Kendrick versus Orton for Smackdown. Kendrick's really far down the totem pole to do that type of match. Kendrick's a job guy, really. We might have just straight up Shelton challenges RVD. Says, you know what, RVD, you're the big star around here. I want to challenge you to a match. Who's the GM? Paul Heyman is the GM of ECW. And we might do something with the GM here. Mark Henry, Paul Heyman, and Kofi Kingston. So, Henry demands a rematch against Kingston at Night of Champions. So, Henry and Heyman go back and forth on the mic talking about Kofi Kingston. Henry wants a match. Heyman obliges. And Kofi, first night as the champion, let's give him a match. And let's give Homicide the chance to step up. Because Homicide has really come along very well. He's 64 popularity. He is getting over. He's doing so good. So this is a chance for Homicide to get a main event spot. And we might put Mark Henry on the commentary. And we could actually give this a couple more minutes as well. Alright, so that should be enough. Okay. You were saying that to see what the rating would be. I think the rating would probably be about 80. between Kendrick and Orton. Just simply because Randy would carry him so high. Dudleys versus Colognes to start off, 70 rated. The Dudleys were 70 each, which is good. Primo 53, Carlito 66. So, Primo, that's actually second victory. Can you believe that? MVP 75 for his promo. 53 for Richards and Finlay. Richards 57, so not that high above his popularity, which is really disappointing. Finlay 48, which is why he needs to go. He's terrible. Kennedy versus Kennedy and R-Truth, that segment was 75. This Truth, we need to cancel this Truth turn. Goldust Shelton, that's a good match, 76. Shelton 75, carrying. And then challenging to RVD to a match, 75. Henry and Paul Heyman, 89. And 80 for Kingston and Homicide, not bad. Kofi, though, just 73. Whew. Okay. Alright, so low morale, low locker room morale. Okay, so he's got a lot of issues. Kofi's got some problems. Okay. So we need to kind of take a look at Kofi and make him happy. I don't know why he's got issues, because he's the freaking ECW champion, man. Like, we've given him the belt. He's not happy about the backstage environment. He's going to be happy now. Has to be happy. What, Davey Richards has got issues too? What's his issue? Just a bad environment. Yeah, I can understand that. It's not good at the moment. The thing is, though, like, you can see our overall rating is so high, it's 100%, but just each individual brand just has issues. It's just not good. Not good. Yeah, not much we can really do. Let's advance another day. Push Kofi. He's the champion. So he's getting a push. He's the ECW champ. Alright, let's have a look at our NXT show. Bray Wyatt beat Jimmy Uso. So overall 58, pretty good. And our TV rating gone up, so we've got 3,000 extra viewers. So people are starting to subscribe to the network. Hassan and Barrett beat Jay. Oh, and Jay defeated Percy Briscoe and Rex. Curtis Axel beat Big Cass and Reigns. Naomi beat Emma. Alex Riley beat Andy Levine. Reed Flair beat Rusev. Yeah, okay, it's not bad. Caitlin Melissa had the best angle of the night. Florida, not much on that show, but we still have that going. We just have to keep it going. Noah has made a contract extension offer to Kota Ibushi. Alright, so he's still paid per appearance, but yeah, he's a good talent. He's a good talent. His in-ring work's pretty good. Not bad. Check out the Young Bucks. I have no interest in the Young Bucks. I'm sorry. They're just not the type of team I need right now. Alright, let's keep looking along. Hiroshi Tenzan. Oh, he's got a broken leg. He's out for 2 more months. He's a pretty good worker too. New Japan offering him a deal, 23k. The best we can give him is about 7k. Yeah, we're not getting him. This is why we can't really get many New Japan guys. Keeping Tyus O'Neil was giving him a new 2 years deal. Alright, so we've got Smackdown tonight. Who's on Smackdown that might need a boost up? Ted DiBiase. We're just giving everyone some money just to make them happy, because we've got no love right now. We still need to make the Machine Guns have a debut. Yeah, just toxic environment. God, Booker T, we're giving you 30,000. You're still not happy. Here you go, 40k. There you go. So we make these guys all happy. Hopefully that will improve some of the rating. Let's hope. Probably won't. Shawn Michaels wants a lot of money. He's still not happy. We're giving him $80,000. He's still not happy. There you go. Finally. And we are giving people a lot of money, yeah. But the thing is, we made $7 million recently, so we're okay. Johnny Curtis now Fandango. It's a good question. No. No, he's still Johnny Curtis. I'll keep it that way for now. I'm happy with that. He's actually quite old, 30. Is he really that old? Like, that would make him 38 in WWE right now. It's pretty old. Anyone in developmental to check out? We have had a new month, so we can get a look at a few new people. I don't think there's really anyone that's on my radar right now. I mean, Wade Barrett. Still slightly improving, but not really. Not really in areas we're too focused about. He's still got to keep moving along. Alright, so let's keep going. Let's do another show. Let's do Smackdown. Alrighty, so 40% backstage rating, so that's gone up. So giving everyone the money has made some notable changes. JBL doing a bad rib. Isn't that what he's just known for? Christian and Kendrick. Josh Matthews, Wrestlers Court. Oh, come on, down to 32. We just got up to 40. Can you just keep it there? Man. Bandego's 36. Okay, so yeah, a little bit off then. The age is a bit wrong. Okay, so the rib, 33. Alright, that's where we're at. Smackdown, continuing on with this Big Show Randy Orton situation. Last week we had Randy beat Kane, with Big Show just kind of on commentary. We had Edge and Christian call it DX, who accepted the challenge. So we might have NC mock D Generation X. So Edge and Christian know that DX is not in the building tonight, so they're just making fun of them, essentially. They are just making fun of them, being goofy, being silly, like you know Edge and Christian to be. Okay, so they mock them. We need to do... Hang on. Alright, we need to do something between Angelina, Mickey James, and Trish. Should we... Alright, we might do a contract signing. A contract signing, so we've got Trish and Katie Lee with Theodore Long instigating it. So that's the match we're going to do. We're going to do Trish Stratus versus Katie Lee at the pay-per-view. Big chance Trish might win the belt there, or might do some shenanigans and keep it going for a little bit longer. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's give Karma another match, and we'll give her one against... Let's give Karma her first tough opponent. Kelly. I say that, yeah, I actually meant that, her tough opponent. But it is Kelly. And she can put her away. Beats her. Is there a way to get a wider variety of angles than what TW gives you? TW gives you no angles. This is all angles that mod creators put in themselves. Some mods will give you more angles, some will not. But the best way is you load up your mod, you press edit default, and you make sure you select all. Otherwise, you would miss out on all these. So, last week we had John Morrison save Drew McIntyre. So this week we're going to have McIntyre shakes Morrison's, and so look to be on the same page. So basically last week, after what happened, Drew McIntyre, John Morrison are backstage getting ready for their tag team match tonight, and they shake each other's hands, basically just saying, hey, alright, we're on the same page here tonight. They're on the same page. Wow, Becky Lynch fought back then, or did you add her? Yeah, Becky Lynch has been around for a long time. She's 23, so she's been already in the business of 5 years. We added her in. Well, we didn't add her in, we just signed her to a deal. Alright, so we might do that tag match now. Drew and John Morrison versus Cody and Ted Legacy. Let's give it some time. We're gonna give Cody the win, and we'll have Drew McIntyre take the pin. And afterwards, this time we'll have I want to have something where Drew McIntyre can officially turn face. So sacrifice to save friend. Is attacked by 3 enemies, runs down, attempts to defend him, giving him time to escape but taking the beating instead. Well, that could work, but would he really? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's a bit too much for this situation already. I don't know, what can we do? A turn. Let's have a look. Just want something where, you know, these two can just unite. Not be a team, but just kind of have mutual respect, and then we can have Drew to kind of turn. Maybe just a simple handshake. So Drew, well, we already kind of did that. No. Alright, I'm just going to do a save. So the match is over. Drew McIntyre comes in. Well, he's already there, but he's going up the ramp. He's leaving the ring. You know, he's leaving the arena. So he's going up the ramp, and then Cody and Ted see this as an opportunity to get a 2-on-1 attack on John Morrison to weaken him for Night of Champions. They start doing it, and then Drew McIntyre turns around, and instead of letting the beating happen, he decides to save Morrison and basically turns him. Edge and Christian versus London Kendrick. We don't have London and Kendrick anymore. London quit. We don't have him. Alright, so we need a main event. We have covered DX, we've covered the women, we've covered Drew, Ted. We just need to cover Randy and the Big Show now. So should we just have the Big Show? Maybe we'll just do another tag match, maybe? Teddy Long's having a field day, a couple tag matches on the show. Big Show can team up with Rey Mysterio. Randy can have... Here's the problem. Randy's got no one who can really partner with him other than Edge and Christian. That's the issue, because Legacy's already been busy. Chavo, oh, geez, we'd be scraping at the bottom of the barrel if we get Chavo in. But it could be a good way to elevate him a little bit. Alright. Holla holla tag team match. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Alright, we'll give Chavo, let's give him a chance. Let's give him a shot, because we've got no one else. Because I don't want to use Edge and Christian, because they're involved in a different feud. So, Only guys who are really doing nothing, we'll put them in this. Let's give old Chavo a chance to shine. We'll give the Big Show the pinfall, and he can beat Chavo. So it's a way to have the Big Show win, essentially. I might just give that one more minute. Use Cesaro to get him over. Cesaro's a little bit too low. Chavo's at least got 60. Alright, so that's pretty much covers it all. Alright, so let's do it. 95 for Edge and Christian mocking DX. 78 for the contract sign between Trish and Kaylee. Karma versus Kelly 70. Karma 66. Kelly 58. 82 between Drew and John Morrison. So that's good. Yes. Drew McIntyre and Morrison versus the Legacy 78. Morrison 87. Drew 68. Ted 73. Cody 83. 78 overall. Not bad. Cody and John were good. And this is when we'll execute the turn. The 87. And let's do the turn. It got an average. Okay. The turn went pretty well. Despite having issues with the crowd not responding to him being very well as a babyface, turned out okay. And wow, we had a pretty good match. Big Show and Ray versus Randy and Chavo. 95. Completely ignore Chavo, and we had a great match. Big Show's getting a little bit stale, okay. Chavo and Vickery have great chemistry. Ray, 89. Big Show, 86. Chavo, 61. Randy, 96. How that got 95, I have no freaking idea, but it did, and I will be very, very pleased. I don't know how that got 95, but it's certainly not because of Chavo, but that might go down as Chavo's best ever match in the series. So, well done to Chavo Guerrero. He's peaked already. Big Match Show. You're not wrong. Big Match Show has come in and struck again. How good is he? Big Match Show. Carly Perez, aka Maxine, wants another contract. I'm giving it one. Oh my god, Maxine. She is a beautiful woman, no doubt about that. So let's give her a few more years to see how she goes and develops as a wrestler. She's got the looks. Can she turn into a good wrestler? Hulk Hogan's contract. The Hulkster. Well, we've got to give Hulk another contract. I mean, he had a good effort. He had a 85 rated match against CM Punk. I know his skills are getting bad, diminishing by the week. But it's time to give Hogan one more contract, brother. So what are we now? We're in, it's like September. If we give him 9 months, that should get him to WrestleMania. And let's give him 85 grand. He's currently on 80k. He probably doesn't want to take a pay cut. He only wants to work events from now on. Oh. Well, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it, Hogan? Well, we need you to work more than events. Okay. Well, can we... Will he not even appear unless there's a pay-per-view? Can we give him a little bit more money? No, we just... Alright, just wants to do events. Okay. That's going to be annoying. Very annoying. We might not be able to really utilize him that well. Make a feud work, because he's only going to show up at pay-per-views. Great. Alright, we'll have to try and make it work. Jim Ross, officially the best announcer in wrestling today. What a shocker. I guarantee Orton show will get 100. Wow, that's a big call. TNA's going to swipe a no swipe Hogan. Ooh, maybe. Big Match Ray. Yeah, you're not wrong. Rey Mysterio's doing pretty well for him lately. He's old as fuck. He needs events only. Yeah, he probably does. So did Chavo boost up at all? A little bit. A couple of regions. He boosted up by 1. That's good for Chavo, though. Ray, what's he at? 92. The Big Show, about 89. Randy's at 98. So Randy's still doing very well. Karma's at 66 despite the win. So what's Hogan's contract right now? Oh, okay, so he only does non, he just does A shows, so he'd only do Raw and Smackdown, so that's the contract we needed to give him, but instead he wants now just to do events, so he's working us. He wants more money, and he wants to work even less dates. Now that he knows he's probably going to lose his matches, he's going to make it harder for us to book him. Of course he is. Hogan's part-timer, okay. Yeah. Why is Big Show so good? It's basically to have a good performance in the WWE on pretty much every save file. All you need is good popularity. Big Show has 90 popularity, so basically his minimum performance, well, his average base performance, I should say, not minimum. His average performance should already be 90. Then you factor in his skill level, his age, his mood, everything like that. That's when it will swing above 90 or below 90. But his base performance will always be 90. So that's why Hogan had such a good performance, because he had 100 popularity. So his base performance was already 100. But then you factor in everything else, how terrible he is, how freaking old he is, and how he can barely walk. He still managed to get 70. So you factor in those other things, and that's where the overall result comes from. That's why popularity is everything. You can have someone who really sucks, but have high popularity, and they can be great. Colt Cabana wants to be called up. He reckons he's ready to go. I think he's probably right. He's got some pretty good skill sets, much better than most guys in NXT. He hasn't been there for that long, though. He's only been there since March, so he's put in about 6 months. But Kevin Nash, that's right, his contract's up. 51-year-old Kevin Nash. He's still main eventing right now in TNA. 63 Brawl. Basics are okay. Psychology's still okay. Mic skills are still good. Star quality's still alright. 76 popularity. How much? How much is he? Alright, so TNA are not even offering him another deal. So TNA are getting rid of him. That's it. They've had enough of Big Sexy. Kevin Nash is done with TNA. Well, you could bring him in and have him work a couple matches and lose. Maybe work a program with CM Punk, or someone who could come in and fill a little bit of a spot for a little bit. Be an upper mid-carder, fill a spot for, a few months. He could play that role. So we'll keep him up our sleeve, we'll think about him, but for now, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we really need Big Sexy. Nash wouldn't sign a deal unless it's a one-off. That's right, he'd be the type of guy I'd bring in for the Rumble. So I'll leave him open, and maybe I'll think about bringing him in for an appearance at the Rumble. Or, a pay-per-view match, one-off pay-per-view match, a couple matches, not a week-to-week deal. Who was looking at? Colt Cabana. So his skills are fully developed, so you can just work down there. Anything else to look at? Ring of Honor. Oh, they had a pay-per-view. Glory by Honor. 56, Jerry Lynn beat Eric Stevens. Jerry Lynn's the champ down there, despite being 47. Still the champ in Ring of Honor. I think they've got to fix that a bit. The priority's a bit wrong. Not a bad show for Ring of Honor, though. Getting the job to new guys. Yeah. How much do we have to wait for Bourne? Forever. We're not getting Evan Bourne. What is this? This is Total Extreme Wrestling. Get him to feud with Triple H? No. Promote the Usos to the main roster? The only issue I have with the Usos is their popularity. It is 40. Jimmy's is actually 47 in a few regions. That's alright. How's that happened? How the hell has that happened? It just has. I don't know. Don't know. Just has. Maybe the recent exposure from the network has improved that. I don't know. But Jimmy's still improving, so once he stops improving, Jay's already stopped. Once Jimmy stops, then you'd probably think about bringing them back, both up. But for now, we'll keep them there. What's their tag team experience like? 65. So you wouldn't mind them getting that to 100. Are they having matches though as teams? Yeah, they are. Okay, yeah, they definitely are. So if we could get that to 100, or not 100, but a bit higher, that will work out better. Like look at the Rotundos, for example. They're 100. They probably shouldn't be 100, but for some reason they are. 2-time NXT tag champs though. Ryback and Mason Ryan, they're 10, so they're probably a decent little team. Dean Ambrose and Reigns, so the Shield, 7. But didn't Dean Ambrose get injured? Like has a staph infection, so Ambrose is out for a while. So Reigns has to go solo. Still can't believe Seidel and Regal got 90 freaking 2, yeah. Could you sign the Young Bucks even though you don't like them? No, it doesn't matter if I don't like them or not. I just don't need them, I guess. 21, they're still, like, look at their skills. 64, 49, 41. Okay, flashiness and basics, yeah. They're just not that good at the moment. They're still brand new. They're still pretty new. Popularity-wise, not bad, but they're still very new. They're still not that great. So there's better teams. Probably the Usos, it would be better to bring up than bring in the Young Bucks. When's Jeff Hardy's contract end? Not for a while. What's up, man? A username with Austin in it. It's a good name. Is this a game? Yes. Would you sign DIY to NXT? No, too soon. They're not really a thing at the moment. They're still very, very new. You got to remember, this is 2010. Think about guys in 2010 that were popping, that were going well, and then kind of go with that. Alright, let's continue on. So still one more week's worth of shows, and then we can get to our pay-per-view. You remember my 2K16 universe? Oh, thank you, man. Backstage rating here on Raw is really bad. The click of Stephanie Batista and Mr. McMahon caused heat. What's wrong with Batista? Missed his scheduled meeting. Fine. Oh, I've upset the click. Well, what I did is I separated Sheamus and Batista, so I might try and go Batista and Stephanie. No effect, okay. So I'm trying to separate this clique by just making them hate each other a little bit. What about Marufuji? He might have a written deal. It might be difficult to get him. Shad and JTG, I have them. They're on Smackdown. Alright, so we did Raw. We've announced Jericho, Cena, and Punk. Well, we need to announce that. So we'll announce Triple Threat for announced. So Cena and Jericho are in the ring questioning what the hell happened last week. CM Punk comes out and wants to know what's the deal. Well, Stephanie McMahon announces a triple threat. CM Punk comes out and discusses it. Basically, they're in the ring wanting to know what's going to happen for the pay-per-view. Who's Punk's challenge is going to be. We find out it's going to be a triple threat by Stephanie. You have Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards. I have Davey Richards. I don't have Eddie Edwards. I think he's injured. Alright, let's give Victoria a matchup. She can take on... Actually, let's give Raven a match. I might see how he fares. And let's give him one against Jamie Knoble. Let's see how he is in the ring. And let's have Seth Rollins cut a promo against Batista. Basically saying he's fed up with Batista and he's going to prove to Batista that he's the better man once and for all at the pay-per-view. Maybe give the Usos a trial match versus the Guns for their debut. Okay, let's do it. Let's debut the Machine Guns. They can take on the Usos. Let's see how this goes. I already have CM Punk. Yeah, he's the world champion. Watch the series before. Well, if you're new to the series, yeah. But think about it. 2010 was CM Punk in WWE in 2010. Yes. So think about it. Think about who would be in WWE before. Kind of throw out those ridiculous suggestions. Is Seth Rollins still Tyler Black? Yeah, but he's in WWE, so we changed him to Seth Rollins. Let's give a promo. Bree, Nikki, as Natalia and Beth can cut a promo. And we'll have Nikki take on Beth. The Bellas have literally done nothing in this feud. They've been losing every freaking match. They're just bad. The Bellas are terrible. Whatever considering signing Aries or Park? Absolutely, yeah. I'm definitely thinking about Park. Aries, I don't want to sign everybody, but yeah, definitely Aries I could consider. But I think with so many TNA contracts about to expire, I think I would rather sign those types of names rather than bring in Aries, because Aries would probably skip developmental, to be honest. So I'd rather bring in top tier names rather than Aries, who's more of a mid-range guy at the moment. What else we got? Booker T and Chris Masters. We need to revisit that. Booker T and Taunt Masters. Let's give some guys who aren't really featured much a match. Let's have like an 8-man tag. Something a little bit different. And we'll put Booker T and Chris Masters on the other side. So names who aren't necessarily featured too much. So we'll put in Tyson Kidd, David Hart Smith, and I guess we could go Santino. Put Del Rio on one side. We'll put we might as well just do Mercury and Luke Gallows. There's another couple teams there. We did forget to do something between Mears and Sheamus for Night of Champions. I just don't think we can get every title on the card. It's not enough time there to force it to happen. We could do it, but oh my god, we'd definitely be pushing it. Oh, stop it. We'll do it. We need to try and put every title on the show. US title. Miz vs. Sheamus. Miz vs. Sheamus. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have Sheamus versus The Miz on Raw. And we'll have Sheamus win by intentional countout. So Miz takes a walk. Sheamus will get a rematch at the pay-per-view. Cut some time for the women's match because it's rubbish, and we'll cut some time from this match because it's also pretty bad. And I think we need a storytelling match. Yep, so there we go. The Raid will begin against TNA soon. Yes, it's going to be exciting. 97 for the opening segment. Raven versus Jamie Knoble. Raven 45, pretty bad. Jamie 51. Okay. So Raven's performing about what his popularity is. Actually, what is his popularity? Is it a bit higher than that? It might be. Seth Rollins, good promo from Seth. He's having some good promos against Batista, 85. Machine Guns versus the Usos. So Machine Guns debut, and they have above average gimmicks. That's pretty good. Saban 74, Shelley 78. Okay, that's very good. So that's promising for the tag division. Two good guys there. Jimmy Uso 48. That's pretty good. Jey Uso 45. So you can see the Usos just not quite there yet. But the promising thing is their popularity is about 40. So for them to get mid 40s, nearly 50 for Jimmy, that's good signs. Would it be a good idea to form the Shield? We can't because Dean Ambrose is injured. Natalya and Beth Phoenix, 72 for the promo, 69 for the matchup, 67 for Booker T, taunting Chris Masters. The tag match, 67. Santino, 51. David Hart Smith, 58. Tyson Kidd, 64. Booker T, 67. Gallows was actually the best in the match, 68. Joey Mercury, 46. Del Rio was actually quite good, 59. And Chris Masters, 60. Sheamus and the Mears, 81. Alright, so not bad. It's just, if we had more of a storyline behind that match, it would do better. So if we have to, we can force a US title match on Night of Champions. I don't think we'll have enough time, but we can try. Santino wants some more wins. Santino, didn't you just win that match? Yeah, you literally just won that match. You want more momentum? We just gave you a win. Come on. Complaining about winning? Come on, Punk. Punk, don't do that to me. I like what I hear from Santino. There's money in his promos. Punk, don't encourage him. Don't encourage Santino in any possible way. Bury him. Don't encourage him. Make no chance 3.5 hours, and if you don't have plantar matches, have the fans pick it. 3.5 hours is quite long. It'll already be 3 hours. It probably will be 3 hours because that's how long we can go for. But if we make it a 3.5 hour show, we could potentially go 4 hours, 5 hours. Ridiculous. When Dean comes back, you can have Straight Society vs. Shield. The problem is just Dean sucks. He's really bad. He needs more time in developmental before he gets called up. Survivor Series Team TNA vs. Team WWE. Wow, that's... Hell, you might be onto something there. We actually could have a legitimate invasion if we can sign some TNA names. Think about it. Sting on one team. Undertaker on the other team. Ooh, that could be good. Could be good. Santino sucks, just fire him. Oh, how I would love to do that. I'm with you, man. Alright, so... Any notable names on that card? Seth Rollins at a promo. Let's check in with him, see where he's at. Wow, Seth, mid-60s nearly. God, he's doing well. Keep that going, man. Sting betrays TNA, or anyone can betray WTNA. Well, you'd have to make TNA look pretty good. Machine Guns on TNA team? Yeah, they would be, for sure. Sign Clay and pairing with Del Rio? Nah. I don't really want Bros Clay, to be honest. I don't even know what his real-life name is to sign him. No, we might just keep moving along. We'll check some things later. Backstage rating 19. Oh my god. Sabu missed an appearance. Let's find him. Simmering tension. Well, get over it. Stop messing up. Couple of wrestler courts. 18. Oh my god. It's just not good, is it? Just not good. Alright, so, well, our rip boosted up a little bit. Happy days. Okay, so ECW. What did we do last week? We did the Colognes beat the Dudleys. Henry demanding a title match. Kofi beating Homicide. Okay. Alright. So, let's keep moving along. Should we establish a hardcore title feud for Homicide, or should just kind of keep it open? Let Homicide defend against whoever. Maybe any locals to bring in? Afro Noah Jr. might be one. Johnny Swinger. Kamala, a bit old for bringing Kamala. Mike Mondo. Scotty Too Hottie. Kevin Thorne. Terry Funk. Bring him in for a match. That could be good. Too bad he won't do it. Because apparently Terry Funk is retired. Yeah, right. When does Terry Funk ever retire? I swear I already used this guy once. Yeah, I must have brought him in for a match once. Del Rio beat him once. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's bring up someone from developmental for a night. Give him a title shot. Who has some good hardcore ability? Nobody but Colt Cabana. Alright, let's give Colt Cabana a shot. Let's see where he's at. Let's see how good he is. ECW rules. Homicide versus Colt. So obviously the hardcore title is not going to be on the line at Night of Champions because we just don't have the time. But we'll make it on the line here. Push Brino. Well, they're certainly getting a push. There's no doubt about that. They've been involved, been doing some stuff. So let's do Carlito and Primo with the Dudley boys, so they can cut a promo. So something the tag division doesn't do too much is cut a lot of promos against each other. So we'll make that happen. And I might just make Bubba Ray stick to the script because I feel like that might work a little bit better. Give Homicide a legit storyline. He will have one, just not right now. We're just gonna leave things a little open and then decide what we're gonna do a little bit later. Might have Rob Van Dam respond to Shelton Benjamin, just kind of talking about him. Let Triple H turn on Michaels. Not yet. That might be a WrestleMania match I'm thinking about. Triple H vs. Shawn Michaels is a WrestleMania match I am currently considering. So let's give might have Hornswoggle wrestle, and I might have him get beat up by someone. I might give Mike Knox a dominating victory over Hornswoggle, because Mike Knox, I don't really care too much about him, but he could really use a nice win. You know, he could really use this, so we'll give it to him. Michael sitting on Triple H would make more sense. Yeah, it would. Well, it wouldn't make more sense, but it'd be more interesting. Yeah, sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, it would be more interesting doing it that way. So I might do something backstage with MVP and Matt Hardy, just kind of a brawl backstage. Like, they'll do a 2-on-1. So Broken Matt gets beaten up by MVP and his partner, Mark Henry. So Henry just helps out MVP for that segment. And that's for basically beating him at the recent pay-per-view. And let's give Brino another tag match. And they can take on Homicide's already match, isn't he? They can take on Shelton and Charlie. I might give Rhino the victory and have Charlie take the loss. Michael could say that he's the leader of DX and Triple H turns on him. Yep. Have Rollins and ECW because he has the Tri-State pop. We don't have ECW scheduled on every week. It's not in Tri-State. Give Justin a match. Okay, we can try and fit him in. Justin can take on Tanaka. Alright, we need a main event. We need a main event. Alright, so let's do a handicap match. So this will make more sense now. So it was meant to be Broken Matt and Kofi versus the world's strongest tag team. They take out Broken Matt before the match starts, and it's left to Mark Henry and MVP getting Kofi Kingston all by themselves, and of course they pick up the victory. And then Broken Matt, he's back. He gets up from injury, comes out for the save. Pretty simple. Alrighty, let's do it. 57 for the opening segment. Yeah, okay. So the talking segment not as good as we might have would have thought. That's okay. Not expecting 100, that's for sure. Homicide, Colt Cabana. Homicide 70. Colt Cabana 47. So Colt wasn't setting the world on fire. Probably not his specialty, to be fair, but still. RVD 69. Hornswoggle Mike Knox 59. Hornswoggle 50. Kofi 90. That's a pretty good promo from Kofi, actually. Much better than what he normally produces. Gabriel Tarka 60. Pretty good. Broken Matt versus the backstage fight. Yep. Have BrendenPlayz take the Muscle Challenge on Raw. Oh, come on. I don't want to get murdered. I don't want him to destroy me. So, 92 for the Brawl, so that's good. Rhino versus World's Greatest Tag Team. 76, quite good. Rhino 67. Daniel Bryan 78. Wow. Charlie Haas 72. Shelton 91. That's good. That's pretty good. Kofi versus World's Strongest Team in a handicap match, 80. Kofi 80. That's better from Kofi. 75 from MVP and Henry 85. 89 for the save at the end. So we've progressed those two storylines, both doing quite well this week, so that's positive. That's very good. Shimmer is appear to be closing. We don't want Shimmer to close, so I'm going to give them some money. Oh, they're quite broke, aren't they? So we'll keep Shimmer alive. Because they're still a thing in real life, so there's no point in having them close. Lance Hoyt is... contract is expiring. Lance is a guy who we have done absolutely nothing with. We have nearly no purpose for. I think it's time to let him go. 40 popularity. He's a job guy. He's a job guy. Carlito's a good talker. Yep. Agreed. Via Lance, he'll get a TNA job. Yeah, he probably will. If not, Ring of Honor or someone will pick him up. So, we'll let that happen. We'll let that happen. We don't need Lance. He's got good brawling. That's about it. He's a good brawler, and even then, he's not great. He's just good. 62. If Show and Orton get 100, you will owe me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but we can dream. So, let's remove him. NXT, they had an event. Okay. 17,630 in attendance, so not bad viewership. It's going up. Bray Wyatt beat Michael Tarver, 53. The Usos beat Reed Flair and Otunga, 53. Christina Crawford beat AJ Lee to win the women's title. Okay. Christina Crawford, why give it to her? I don't know. Okay. She's really bad, but they've given her the belt. Sure. Paige beat Tamina. Ryback and Mason Ryan beat Cass and Percy. Okay. Legend takes Masklock challenge. We have done that quite a lot already. Alright, so new women's champ. So AJ Lee drops the belt. So you could obviously think about calling her up. And her mat wrestling's pretty good. Basics okay. Psychology's okay. She's getting there. She's improving. Who has the highest hardcore in the game? That is a good question. Alright, let's take a look. Wife Beater. 88. Yep, 88. Has the highest hardcore in the game. Who is a retired wrestler, so yeah, can't bring him in. And he's just a straight up CZW garbage wrestler, essentially. Abyss is another notable guy. Edge. Drake Younger. Jimmy Havoc. JC Bailey, yeah. So, Tanaka, Mick Foley. Van Dam, Sabu. So a few of these guys we've got already. But yeah, not a lot of hardcore ability in the game. Number 1 contender Gauntlet, HBK wins and Triple H gets mad. They're the tag team champions, so it makes no sense to do that at the moment. NXT, Darren Young beat Heath Slater 59, not bad. Billy Kay, no contest Melissa. Muhammad Hassan beat Big Cass. Ryback and Mason beat the Rotundos. Leah Kruger, no contest with Sweet Puppy Sanchez. Ric Flair beat Tyler Breeze. 19k viewership, so the viewership is going up and up and up every single week, essentially. And FCW as well, we still have that going, unfortunately. And yeah, not much happening there. The Jobber Show, I guess. Let's keep moving along. Alrighty, so Lacey Von Erich, her contract is up. Okay. Well, I've been quite interested in the Von Erichs. I recently watched a little documentary about the life of the Von Erichs. It was pretty good. So I've taken a bit of an interest in the Von Erichs as of late. But the problem is, Lacey Von Erich's not very good. Her stats are pretty poor. Although she's got good mic ability, so she would actually be a good manager or valet. In the ring, though, she's not the best. 8-year pro, so she might not sign a developmental deal. Are you ever going to bring in a hardcore title? We literally just had a hardcore title match on the show. You should create a G1 Climax S tournament where it's a bit like the Bound for Glory series. Yeah, I don't know much about the G1. I need to kind of look into it. But definitely that could be a cool idea to do for the WWE. So I might look into that and do it. When's Drew turning face? He just did recently on Smackdown. Lacey Von Erich. What are they offering? A 3K? What's the match history like? 64? Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Alright, I'm going to pass. Hulk Hogan, he's staying with the WWE. Oh, wait a second. Something happened with Brock Lesnar. I think that was the money thing. Was it? Yeah, so Lesnar has... Was it, Yeah, so Lesnar has wage matching, so whoever gets paid higher than Lesnar, he'll get it. Since Hulk Hogan's the highest paid guy in the company, I don't know why, but he is, he gets wage matching. So Lesnar's getting paid the same now as Hogan, even though we haven't even got Lesnar. G1's a round robin tournament, 2 tables. The 2 leaders of the 2 tables face off in the G1 finals. The winner gets a heavyweight title down the line. Yeah, I think that would definitely be cool to do. Yeah. I mean, you could have one table be on Raw, one table be on SmackDown. Two guys take each other on at the end. What will they get though? Don't know. A future title shot, future world title shot. It would be cool. If we didn't have Money in the Bank, that would be a cool concept where like the two guys from the brands. So you got two tables, one from Raw, one from SmackDown. The winners, the two finalists take each other on, and the winner gets the opportunity to cash in and have a title shot whenever they want for whatever title they want. It's not like a Money in the Bank like cash in type style, but like they get to have a title shot. Let's say, okay, the Mears wins. He wants a title shot at the Royal Rumble for the world title. So he would be allowed to have that. But you kind of already have Money in the Bank, so it's a bit too similar. Call it the WWE World Cup. Yeah, that could work. Like WWE Brand Wars or something like that. Like, if you wanted to have a Raw vs SmackDown, of course. Bit like Bound for Glory with two tables. Yep. Check Velvet Sky. Check it for what? Her stats. What's her name again? T something. Forget her name. It'll be easy just to do this. Velvet Sky is a decent worker. She's got okay pop. I don't think her contract's up anytime soon, but yep. Via JBL. No, why would you do that? JBL is one of our color commentators. We need him. I'm happy that we have some good chemistry building with the Ben's team, but now low chemistry for our other TV teams, so we need to improve that. What have you missed? About 2 hours of the show? An hour and a half? No. About an hour. We've booked nearly 2 weeks worth of stuff. Velvet Sky has got a long ass time to go. I think her contract was up and we made a play for her, but we missed out. I think, is that correct? I don't know. Could be. Don't call it Brand Wars because BrendenPlayz plays the TW series. Call that. I don't care. I don't even know who that is, and I don't care. If I want to call it Brand Wars, I'll call it Brand Wars. Don't give a shit. I don't know if I'm going to call it Brand Wars, but I could. Probably get you guys to. If I do it, I'll get you guys to give it a name. But if someone else has got their own series where they call something a name, I don't really care. I'll call it whatever. If it's a good name, I'll use it. Well done for them for using it before me. But, you know, it's not like Brand Wars is a brand new concept. Tasteless Rib, it's not that big of a deal. Let's give it a bit of a warning. For Bret Hart, we need to just put him on Raw. He just needs to be on Raw. So I don't think he's a good influence. Yeah, not really. Yeah, no one can use the WWE2K18 universe anymore as a name anymore. Yeah, that's right. So we might just do simple, the old faithful contract signing between Big Show and Randy. I love a contract sign because it's just an easy way to progress the storyline in a strong manner. So, singles match. So this week we'll have Drew. Oh, that's right, they have bad chemistry. Well, Drew McIntyre is officially a face now. Thank goodness for that. 68 pops, so we've got another baby face to use Considering, look at this. We've got 4 upper mid-carders in this entire brand. We needed someone else to join it. It was only Shad originally. So thank God we got one more. So let's give Drew a victory over Chavo. And we'll just have Ted be on commentary. 2K18 Universe Mode going to be your last Universe Mode series? Unlikely. Next pay-per-view in Universe Mode is Elimination Chamber. I announced it on the recent episode, so you must have watched it. So go and check it out. Might give Karma a promo. Just cut one on Katie Lee, just to let her know that she's coming for the belt. Angelina and Katie can take on Mickey and Kelly. Trish on commentary. I'm still not sold on having Trish as an in-ring performer week to week just yet. Kind of treating her as like that part-time legend at the moment. So I have to kind of think about, you know, if I give her the belt, I'll have to put her on the ring frequently, but at the moment I'm just treating her to be a little bit more special. Let's give Cody Rhodes, cut a promo on John Morrison. Do I think TW is overpriced? No, the amount of fun I've gotten out of this game is unbelievable. I've put in hundreds and hundreds of hours. Like, I couldn't tell you how much I played this game, and for $35 or whatever it was, worth it 100%. 100%. You know, I might contact Grey Dog Software, they're the people who make this game. I might contact them and see if I can get some free codes, because I contacted them last year. They gave me a few copies to give out for free. I think it might have been 3 copies to give out for free. So I might see if I can get a few more copies for free and give them away on the stream. So, you know, I might do that tomorrow and see. I'll shoot them an email and see what's up. Do you have any plans for Drew as a face / good guy? We literally just turned him face right last week. So, yes, I do have plans for him. Absolutely. Shad and JTG take on Christian and Edge. Edge and Christian can beat him. And out comes DX. DX appear and attack and beat up Edge and Christian. Getting a little bit of revenge from the attack from their mocking last week, and then they could pose a little bit for the crowd afterwards. When you bring up the Shield, we make them versus Evolution. It's possible, but unlikely. A lot of things would have to align. Does DiBiase need a manager? I was thinking Lacey One could be him, be his manager. She could, yeah, you could do that, because obviously she has the family name. Like a good wrestling name. So that would kind of work for Legacy. Actually, that would work pretty well for Legacy, wouldn't it? Like a strong wrestling name. So maybe I should make a play for her as a manager. That could definitely work. A bad idea. Please tell me Rollins Batista feud is going to be over after this. Yeah, they're having one more match and then ending it. But I'm really enjoying the feud. I don't know why you're not. I really enjoy it, so I'm certainly not in a rush to end it, but the storyline will end at the next pay-per-view, yes. So we'll give John Morrison a matchup. Here's the issue. We just have no one to step up and take on Morrison in a big match. You could go Ted. Yeah, you could just go Ted. Morrison versus Ted. Morrison can win via a distraction. by Drew McIntyre. And that will be it. DiBiase could manage Ted. Yeah, he definitely could. Do you plan on making your own version of Nexus that would actually work? Oh my god, dude. Making Nexus would be next to impossible on TW. It's going to be... You'd have to sacrifice so many people to get that group over. It just would be worth it. Especially because no one who's in Nexus is any good. Big Show Orton contract signing was pretty good, 97. So, someone said that could get 100 rated that match. Well, the storyline heat's pretty high for it, so you never know. Drew Mac and Chavo, pretty good, 73. Drew McIntyre, 72. That's much better. Drew McIntyre's normally around 68-ish. Much better from him. 65 for Karma, her promo. 76 for Lovely versus Mickie James, Kelly. Pretty good. Katie Lee, 74. Angelina, 56. That's pretty good from Angelina. She's definitely on the rise. Kelly, 65, which is good. And Mickie James, the better of everyone, 78. Very good. Cody Rhodes, 90. Crime Time versus Edge and Christian, 84. Edge and Christian, 100 each. Wow. Excellent. 100 for the DX attack. So they're coming in from the crowd. They come in and they beat the crap out of Edge and Christian. And then you have people come in from the back trying to separate it. That type of thing. That'd be cool. Morrison and Ted, 81. So I didn't think it'd be that strong of a main event. 81's okay. Not the best, but we advance those two storylines and we get ourselves ready for the big title match. You could almost do a fatal four-way between all four of those guys. I think that might actually make more sense at this point to make it a fatal four-way rather than just being a singles match. Keel Meme Star, what's up, man? Love being partnered with Katie is very helpful for her. Absolutely. It is crucial for her. She'd be gone. She'd be nothing without... I don't think I would have even signed her, to be honest. $35 and you can't afford that? That sucks. What's the plan for Rollins and Batista after the feud? Well, you could put Rollins in the US title mix, Batista in the world title mix. You could go in those directions. Well, I tried to sign the TNA roster after this episode. We'd have to play one more week's worth of shows, I think, to be able to get near, to be able to sign those TNA guys. So, I mean, we're going pretty well for time. We'll get this pay-per-view done. We might have a little bit of time on our hands, so I don't know if we'll get another week's worth of shows done. We could. I do have to get up early tomorrow, so I might not be able to do it. I would like to get those TNA guys under belt. Jerry the King Lawler is going to retire from in-ring competition. I didn't think he was still wrestling. Apparently he's a semi-active wrestler. Okay, well, since he's still wrestling, we better give him some matches. Let's have him lose to some of our guys. Chris Masters versus Jerry Lawler would be a really good feud to do. So, we might do that. Michelle McCool's contract's ending. We need to sign Michelle. Let's give her another 3 years. Michelle McCool, we need her badly. Paul Bearer. Is Paul Bearer doing a lot? He's managing Kane and The Undertaker, I think. Or at least The Undertaker. Well, I do want to bring back the Brothers of Destruction, so I'm going to keep Paul Bearer for another 6 months. I think Seth Rollins' popularity is growing with this feud with Batista. I'll show you how good this Rollins-Batista feud has been for Seth Rollins. Let's have a look. So, Rollins, we brought him in November, 38 popularity. When this Batista feud started after WrestleMania, Rollins was about 51. He's now 61, 63 in most regions. So he's probably about an average of 63 popularity. So to go from 51 to 63 in a 4-5 month period is all because of this Batista Rollins feud. It's worked. It's worked wonders. He's only beaten Batista once. All this other momentum and popularity boost has been from good angles. So he's beaten Batista once. That's all he's needed to do. So it's worked a treat. Rollins is doing excellent. Excellent. Ted DiBiase. Oh, Ted DiBiase. 74. I think he was around... Yeah, 71. So he's gone up to 74. Well, was that because he beat John Morrison in that tag match? Well, I don't know. It may have been. Morrison hasn't been affected. Ted's just gone up a bit. That's great. Great news. Mears vs. Lawler. Yeah. Do you still play Fortnite? I play Fortnite every day. How'd you first find out about TW? I think some people on my YouTube comments mentioned it to me, or my Twitter or something like that, and I just kind of looked into it and went, oh yeah, this is cool. I first found out about it because I played EWR. People mentioned that to me, and then once I was playing EWR, you know, people told me about TW and how much it was better than EWR, so I said, alright, I'll try it. I checked it out. Bought TW 2013, loved it. Then the new one came out not long after I bought 2013, so I bought the new one, TW 2016, and I have loved it. So happy I bought it because it's an amazing game. Are we getting Night of Champions to stream? Yeah, we're at Night of Champions now. One more show to go. I should ask him to reconsider. Postpone your retirement, please, Jerry. But he's decided his retirement is the right decision. He's definitely retiring within 3 months. Oh, good. Maybe he'll avoid that heart attack. Seth has a great future. Well, yeah. I think we know that. I have Sheamus as the US champ. I think Sheamus has a good chance to win that title at some point. Not sure when. Beulah McGillicuddy. We'll hang on to her. We need more women in ECW, so she fills that role. She gets the job done. What's your skin? Red something, I forget. Night of Champions 2010. Okay. Batista, his popularity's gone back up again. That's good to know. Just wanted to see anyone else that's kind of done anything important this week. Oh yeah, Mike Knox beat Hornswoggle. So he went up 1 point to 58. Not much really, but at least he went up something. DX, they had a good segment. They really changed much? Not really. Triple H is nearly at 100. That's good. Oh yeah, R-Truth. I'm gonna cancel that turn. Cancel the change. And the Big Show needs a gimmick tweak. Oh, we can't tweak it anymore. Okay. Well, his gimmick is I'm a giant. I'm the Big Show and I'm huge. That's his gimmick. Well, we could find something else for him, I suppose. Grizzled veteran. Yeah. Monster, Man Beast. Giant does suit him though. It sucks that we have to change it. You said you did a WCW save from 2001 to 2005. What happened in that save? I should really go on and show you guys some of the things that happened because it was pretty fun. Basically, I did WCW in 2001. The first year of that save was probably the toughest I've ever had in TW because WCW in 2001 was just absolutely abysmal. Nobody in that entire company was any good other than Scott Steiner. Booker T was alright. He was pretty good. DDP was not great. Kevin Nash was actually okay. That was his last good year before he was finished. Mr. Perfect, I had him. He was pretty good too. But yeah, it was pretty rough. We really had no one. I think I got RVD as well later on. Thank God for that. But yeah, that was rough. We ended up dominating, and basically, if I had kept playing, I would have taken over WWE and would become the number one company. But I was probably, if I had to play maybe 3 more months of that save, I was about to become number one. That's how close I was. I basically had stolen all of WWE's best talent. I signed every future star coming through. Like, I had just had everything locked up. My developmental company was like one of the best in the world, like nearly outperforming WWE. It was crazy. Have I created NXT? Yes, I have. Struggling to find any mods for TW13. Yeah, it's because it's too outdated, man. You need the new one. In this WCW save, did you fire Vince Russo? I don't think he was in the company to begin with. If he was, yeah, I definitely fired him. He probably was the first guy I fired. I need to change. I'm just going to change it to Monster. Simple. Can I show you before the stream ends? Okay, yeah, we'll have a look. I'll show you now whilst I'm thinking about it. While we're thinking about it. So, these are all the mods I've got. I've got a lot of them installed. So, WCW. So, yeah, Donald Trump was actually one of the user characters. So, I actually had Donald Trump buy WCW and make it good. So, the only problem is with WCW, despite me dominating, I still had no money. I still struggled to make money, but look at I'll show you this. Look at my main eventers. This is all you need to know. AJ Styles was like he was my big superstar, 91. Batista, I had him, 91. Bobby Roode was a star, 83. Booker T, 84. Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was the world champ. He won 136 matches, so let's take away the other companies. Let's just focus on WCW. Lesnar had won 126 matches and lost 2 in WCW. The only times he lost was a Battle Royal, and yeah, I think that's it. I don't think he ever lost a singles match. Ever. Like, I made him unbeatable. But I think I was booking him up to the point where I was going to have someone beat him. I don't know who I was going to have beat him. But someone was going to beat him, end that unbelievable streak, and win the world title from him. I had Benoit, my company was that good that Chris Benoit was just barely even in the main event. He was like an upper mid-carder. Same with Jericho. Didn't even really use Jericho much. CM Punk, he was a world champ a few times. 88 pop. Goldberg, nearly 100 pop. He was a champ. Goldust was actually, for a long time, one of my best guys as well. And I think he won the US title a few times. Didn't quite get the world title. Hogan, 95 pop. Hogan was at the point where he was too old. So his stats are abysmal. Look at this. Look at his stats. They're so bad. So he was basically becoming a bit of a job guy. You can see 5 wins, 13 losses. So he was mainly putting everyone over. Kane. I had Kane and The Undertaker. I had Brothers of Destruction. I had Shamrock. I made Shamrock a star. Kevin Nash was hanging on for dear life. His quads are about to go. Kurt Angle, I had him. RVD. Gave RVD the belt. Yeah, I gave him the world title for a little bit. Scott Steiner. Steiner, as I said, Steiner, he was probably a 3 Steiner won the title a few times, and he carried the company. Scott Steiner was the MVP. So he was one of my most popular guys, and probably the biggest star for at least 3 years. Shawn Michaels, I had him. I had Triple H, I had Undertaker. I had everyone, man. Just had everyone. The only guys I couldn't get was like Eddie Guerrero. I had Sting, but WWE stole Sting. They stole Rey Mysterio, and they stole Ric Flair. and Mr. Perfect. I gave Mr. Perfect a world title run, and he ended up leaving. But yeah, as you can see, I had Danny Bryan. I even had John Cena. Randy Orton. It was ridiculous. I had everyone. So yeah, I basically owned the WWE. The size, I got to 85 popularity. It started at about, I think, 60 or maybe low 70. I think it was about 60 when it started. It started at a cult level, and I rose it to international. And WWE still number one. They had 87 popularity, so you can see they're declining. The 87 pop, and I was probably getting very close to overtaking them. And look at their main eventers. Let's have a look. Push main eventers. So they had Christian, who's 75. Oh yeah, they stole DDP from me as well, which I did not care at all because DDP was terrible. Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was like their number one guy. He became the face of the company, essentially. The face of WWE. The only thing that saved WWE, essentially... Wait, what the fuck? Steven Richards is a main eventer? Jesus Christ, they got desperate. Steven Richards, a main eventer? Oh my god, alright. Yeah, Mr. Perfect, Ric Flair. Yeah, they stole Scott Hall from me as well. Actually, I don't know if I had Scott Hall ever. Did I? Yeah, I had Scott Hall for a little bit. For a year. They stole him from me. The only thing that saved WWE was the fact that Steve Austin and The Rock were still in the company. Steve Austin never retired. The Rock still... I think he was in Hollywood, but still active enough. Yeah, they stole Sting. Sting was a huge star there, 100 pop. And they stole Vampiro from me. I was trying to make Vampiro a star, and he left the WWE. So you can see their main eventers are all old as hell. Who's their youngest main event guy? I mean, Steven Richards, The Rock. Everyone else is like 40 plus. Oh yeah, Christian. Really bad. Really bad. You should continue this. I know, man. The problem is I hate it when I get so good. Like, I love playing it when it's so difficult. When I get really good, I just find it boring. And I just started to dominate. Like, look at my developmental. Let's show you who's in my developmental. I had 2 developmentals. Like, I signed all these people just to developmental, like Aries, Lashley, you know, Chris Hero, Richards, Dean Ambrose, Drew Galloway, Eric Young, EC3. Like, I just had it. I had Tanahashi. I think, oh yeah, New Japan. The weird thing that happened, New Japan became out of business. New Japan died. That was a weird thing. They were broke, and I bought New Japan. So I ended up owning New Japan, and I had like all of their New Japan stars just in my developmental. So I had Shibata, Okada. Yeah, so I kind of had just... I owned New Japan. Like, I don't know. So basically what I'm saying is I ended up owning wrestling. And WCW was about to become number one. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you run a TW save. Who are your teams? Oh, alright, we'll quickly show you. Let's have a look. Who are my teams? I'll show you the champs. Might as well. AJ Styles, current WCW champion. Super Crazy Cruiserweight champ. I had Master of the Ropes as basically King of the Ring. I just called it Master of the Ropes because I'm very unoriginal. US champ, Cena. Lesnar world champ. DX world tag champs. Well, TV champ, I had that. That was Randy Orton. World War winner, which I kind of made my Royal Rumble. Gave it to Styles and Punk. Some of the tag champs, Brothers of Destruction. I had Batista and AJ Styles because I had a faction called like the Ultimate Six, I think I called it. I might have removed it, but basically I had Ultimate Six, which it might have been Batista, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Cesaro. I forget the others, but basically I had this stable where I picked out 6 guys who were all top guys to join together and basically try and take over the company. But yeah, so I had Kazarian, Bad Influence, Benoit, Jericho, Brothers Destruction, DX, Abyss and Kennedy. They were a thing. I don't know why. I think they were a thing in developmental and I just kept it. LAX, London Kendrick, Mostly Machine Guns, New Generation, which was Rude and Cesaro. So that was one of my stronger teams for a long time. Chuck Palumbo, Shawn Hair, Road Dogg, Shamrock, Evolution, Holies, Ultimate 6, World's Greatest Tag Team. So there you go. My world champs. Let's have a look. So we had Booker T was my first champ, but I got Steiner beat him for it. I gave Mr. Perfect a 1-month reign as champion. Scott Steiner won it back. Then Goldberg won it. RVD won it. Booker T won it again. Really? I gave it to Booker T again? No way. Wow. Booker T was really not great. Can't believe I gave the title back to him. I think I tried to make him good again. CM Punk won it, and then Lesnar won it from Punk. Lesnar and CM Punk had some classics. And I guess I'll show you my best ever event was Slamboree 90, which was a rated 96. I couldn't get the best ratings ever. I got a couple 100 rated matches. I'll show you my best matches. So top events: Spring Stampede, Slamboree, Starcade, Halloween Havoc. So yeah, I had 5 events that were all 96. I just couldn't crack 96 and beat it. I had 3 100 rated matches. Goldberg beating Jericho, Lesnar and Jeff Jarrett beating Angle and Goldust. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett was a big deal in my company as well. He was one of my top stars for a while. AJ Styles beating Batista as well, 100 rated. That was Styles and Batista was probably one of my most successful feuds. That was huge because Styles and Batista were the 2 leaders of the Ultimate 6, and then I had I think I had Styles turn on Batista, and they feuded. So there you go. That's my longest playthrough I've ever done on TW. That was a 4-year playthrough. I've never done anything longer than a year other than that series. So that was probably the most fun I've had on TW. I loved it. Like I said, the reason why I haven't gone back to it is because it's too easy now. Like, I'd get 95 rated every show if I really wanted to. It's too easy. But yeah. How long did your 2012 save go for? Not long. I wish WCW could have stayed alive. Me too. Was the WCW Championship another world title? Yeah, I had 2 brands. I had Nitro and Thunder as basically Raw and Smackdown. And yeah, 2 world titles. I introduced a new world title for the other brand. I had to. Alrighty. So let's do Night of Champions. Enough with the other save file. I could show you, I'm currently doing another save file. I'm playing 1996 WWF. I could give you guys a bit of a look at that, maybe. Although I haven't really done a lot with it, so it's probably not worth looking at. You don't think you do WCW save? It's not an area that interests me. I think it's probably... like, the TNA save I got going on right now, that was 06, 07 is my favourite era because that's when I started watching wrestling. But definitely 2001 is probably the most interesting era because you got so many names that are free agents. It's when all the biggest stars are all available. So it's pretty interesting. If you do WWE though in 2001, it will be just a cakewalk. WWE is stacked in 2001. It's lame. That's why I did WCW, because it was a huge challenge. WCW was literally abysmal. Like, I could make a new save and show you the roster on that. It's horrendous. Absolutely abysmal. No one, like literally no one can have a good match on that save file except for Scott Steiner. And maybe Booker T. Alright, let's go back to this. So we might do... let's do the Fatal 4-Way to open up. But the good thing is, though, is if you just find a... If you find a playthrough that you like... I think one of the issues I have with CW
is that you need to make it your own. So when you start a mod, for example, I just started 1996, January 1996, WWE, WWF. The problem is that the roster is so many guys that I don't care for, I don't want to use, I don't want. So if you get rid of those guys, you bring in the guys that you want to use, and you make the roster your own, that's when you're going to enjoy it. That's when you'll find the most enjoyment, because the roster you have is the guys you like, the guys you're interested in, and the guys you want to use. If you get rid of the guys that suck, the guys that you don't care about, like for example Duke the Dumpster and people like that, you get rid of them and you bring in names that have potential like Christian and Edge and Rob Van Dam, those types of guys, that's when you're going to enjoy it. But also keep it challenging for yourself. Don't sign every big name you possibly can. Keep it interesting and keep it challenging. And that's when I think you'll get the most enjoyment out of it. At least for me anyways. But some people like playing as WWE and having the best guys, the best roster, the best everything, and just trying to, make their own shows as best as they possibly can. For me, I like having a weak I like having a pretty average to weak company and making it good. That's me. That's what I like to do. So you can see TNA in 2006. It had potential, but wasn't really there yet. So I've tried to utilize that potential and make it there. And for WWE 2009, 2010, well, the WWE was starting to decline. And for ECW, for example, ECW was really bad. So we've been able to make ECW good again and also make WWE, stop WWE from declining a little bit, well, trying to. So that's kind of the challenge that I've got, and that's kind of where I've really started to enjoy it. So Fatal 4-Way, we've got Drew McIntyre, John Morrison, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase. We're giving Cody the win. I might go back and change some of that as well, just for a second. Have someone else take the pin. So that's a way that John Morrison can lose the title without getting pins to keep him strong. Have you ever tried doing your own company? Yeah, several times. I've always tried to do like an Australian company because I am Australian. I've always wanted to have a strong Australian company. The problem is, though, doing a company in modern day wrestling is really hard because there's literally nobody that's any good to sign. It's very, very difficult. And I tried doing my own company in the 90s, but I found myself hiring like I started doing it in 1995. Like I hired Rob Van Dam, Edge, Christian, the Dudleys, like everyone who was going to be any good. Like I just hired everyone that was going to be a star that weren't quite there yet. So it was kind of like, all right, my roster is completely loaded and I'm literally a very small company. What is this? So it was a bit silly. So we might do... Let's do... let's do the women's match. So we might just have... Who's better, Nikki or Brie? We might say Brie. Beth can retain over Brie. The fact that ECW had 50,000 ridiculous. Yeah, that would never happen. That's unrealistic. That's just the fact that it's an A show, it's a pay-per-view, and it's in WWE. If that was realistic, they'd probably have 10, 20k. Have these two hype each other up. What can we do? The US title, Sheamus and Mears. So I'm going to have Mears retain, but we might set this up a little bit more. Mears can win by cheating. Did I watch the New Japan tour in Australia? No, because they didn't come to my city. If they had came to my city, I would have went. And I wasn't going to travel for it because I didn't really know it was on. I had no idea it was on. It was like very poorly advertised. Like I had no idea. So I wouldn't have traveled for it. I would have considered it, but I'm not a New Japan fan, so if I was a New Japan fan, I probably would have done the travel. It's only a 2-hour flight. What else can we do? We need to, like... Just trying to think of what titles I need to do. A lot of titles that need to get done. So... What I might do is I'm going to save Trish Stratus challenging for the belt until Survivor Series. So I'm going to do Katie Lee for the last time can beat Mickie James, and then we'll have Trish Stratus step in and kind of get herself more involved after. Nobody ever does a playthrough of 96, 97 WWF, or they start at the end after 2 episodes. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting time period. It's WWE, like Steve Austin, The Rock, Mick Foley, all those top guys are not stars. If not, like The Rock's not even in it. So Triple H as well. A lot of these names aren't stars, so you kind of have to make them stars. So it's a little bit difficult, but fun nonetheless, I think. I really think DX versus Edge and Christian could be 100 rated. I really do. I think this could be match of the night. Easy. If not match of the year. Might not happen at this pay-per-view, but when we do it properly... we're doing it properly now, but... Jeez, it'll be good. Thing is, do I give the belts to Christian and Edge? Or do I wait till another pay-per-view? I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it to Edge. Edge could win. I'm going to make it flash pinfall just to protect him a little bit. And I'm going to make it like they cheated to win. I know, Shawn. I'm sorry. If Punk's facing Austin at Mania, can make him lose the belt. Yeah, Punk will need to lose the belt, but it won't happen just yet. Alright, so we'll give Edge and Christian the belts. And then we can kind of keep that feud going. Because if DX win, then it's like, well, feud done, isn't it? What should be the main event? Big Show vs Randy Orton or Cena, Jericho, Punk. I think the triple threat match is stronger. I kind of don't want to do Mark Henry and Kofi because we just had that match on pay-per-view, but... So I might just have like a draw, like okay, so we might have like Mark Henry goes berserk and gets himself disqualified. Like Mark Henry can't control himself. So we had the match, but we still can keep the feud going, and it's not done. Like it's not overdone yet. Big match show. Yeah, I can't trust the Big Show to get it done. Can't trust it. We're running out of time. Might not be able to fit it all in anyway. Big Show can't go more than 20 minutes though. Randy can win. We'll have to fiddle around and put some matches in the pre-show to fit it all in. CM Punk, John Cena, Chris Jericho. Be tempted to give Jericho the belt here, but I'm happy with Punk. Move Mark Henry off ECW. I probably will. I think once he's out of this title picture, he probably will make the jump over. So we need to cut a match. Well, we can really cut this Beth Phoenix match. That's garbage. It's a nothing match. Cut a minute off that. Cut a minute off that. I might make this a little longer if we can. What are we missing? We're missing we've got the ECW title there. We're missing like the tag titles of ECW. That's never going to make the card. Could be pre-show, but we don't need the pre-show. We've got the US title. Let's have a look. Got the world title. Got the tag titles. Got the Divas. We got the women's. Yes, we do. Punk. Got the IC. Got the US title. We don't have Batista and Rollins. Can we fit Batista and Rollins on the card? Alright. I might make this all out. Like, this is going to be just a... This Kofi and Henry match might be just shithouse, but... Oh, even if we did that, though, we've got no time. Miz and Sheamus pre-show? Katie Lee, Mickey James. We've kind of already done the match a few times. Like, a lot. So, we could just... pre-show it. Yeah. We'll pre-show it. The two women's matches on the pre-show. Sorry, women. I'm all about equality, but... I'm sorry. So I'll have these two have their final encounter. Batista and Rollins. Their big match. And that'll do. Shorten this match. Alright, I'll drop a minute off it. Drop a minute off it. I might... So I've got 2 more minutes, so I might allocate it. Give them back to Henry and Kofi. You need a cooldown match. Oh... Not really. All these promos and things in between cool it down a bit. I would need a cooldown match if I was like doing this shit here, like spectacles, steal the show and all that. But I'm not doing any of that, I was just doing regular matches, so it should be fine. Alright. Should we put out the guys in the pre-show to make them happy? Who else? Like a Master Lock challenge maybe on the pre-show? Probably won't do anything, but may as well. Master Lock challenge. Chris Masters can do it to... Do it to Hornswoggle. That'd be fun to watch. Wouldn't that be like such a mismatch? Hornswoggle getting the Master Lock challenge. I don't think Chris like could wrap his arms around him. Like Hornswoggle's arms are so small. Like Chris just could barely get his hands around. Lawler. I'm gonna start the Lawler and Masters thing. And what I might do is I might have Hornswoggle will get beaten up. Booker T comes out and saves him. And that's a way to get Booker T on the card, because I've kind of shafted Booker T a little bit. Put the guns in the pre-show. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's see how they fare. Well, let's have them take on a Smackdown team or something like that. Wow, we've got a lot of teams when you combine all together. Let's have them take on the Hurricane and Goldust. And you have used an entire hour, so we have used exactly an hour on pre-show. Okay. Masters could crush him with one bicep. Yeah, you're not wrong. He would have to kneel, yeah. Alright. Are we all good? Have we made any mistakes? The opener... The Fatal 4-Way is not the best opener in the world, but it's a good one to hype the crowd up a bit, I think. We've got all the titles on the line, except for the ECW tag titles, which... The ECW titles, the thing is, we had a pay-per-view 2 weeks ago, so it's too soon. So for ECW, you're more looking at the next pay-per-view to do a lot of those matches there. Alright. This should be good. This should be a good card. Alright. Beth versus Bree, 75. Not bad, actually. Beth Phoenix carrying. Katie Lee and Mickie James is very good, actually. 79. They have great chemistry. Katie Lee, 84. Very good. Chris Masters, Hornswoggle, 74. Okay. Booker T for the save, 71. Hornswoggle's gimmick's getting stale. Well. Machine Guns versus Gold Justice. Wow. This is a lot better. Oh, this isn't good. Shelley, 86. Sabin, 82. What is this? A facet syndrome? What is that? I don't know. Goldust, 66. Hurricane, 71. 76. That's a great performance from the Machine Guns. Very damn good. Alright, we'll have to find out what that will do. McIntyre, Morrison, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase. Very good, actually. A Fatal 4-Way. McIntyre, 70. Morrison, 91. Cody, 81. Ted, 76. Cody Rhodes wins the Intercontinental Championship. Move the window a bit to the left. Oh, yeah, did I change that? Apologies. Batista promo, 80. Sheamus versus the Mears, 79. Well, Miz 90, Sheamus 88. Both did really good, but just because the feud hasn't really kick-started yet, and maybe even the finish as well. Maurice interfered, apparently. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so it hasn't really kind of kick-started yet. So that could be very good down the line. Jericho, 92. 86 for the DX versus Edge and Christian. Alright. Predictions. Edge and Christian versus DX. What rating will this get? Whew. I'm going to say 99. I'd like to think it'll be 100, but getting 100 is so difficult. It just doesn't happen. I'm going to say 99. A lot of you guys agree. Some 100. Some of you guys believe in it. You believe the hype. You believe it could do it. Let's have a look. DX, Edge and Christian. Yes! 100! Yes! Oh my god, it happened! Yes! We've done it! 100, baby! Yes! Yeah, I don't understand. Like, getting 100 is so freaking difficult. It just doesn't happen. And we've done it. Everyone in the match, 100 rated. It had to happen. It had to have happened. It's not the main event though, but I don't. That's okay. That's freaking great. 100 across the board. Hell yeah. Get some hundreds in the chat, everyone. Everyone type 100 in the chat. Let's celebrate this 100. That is amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, now we're going to follow up with a really shitty ECW match. 89 for Kofi. Alright, 81 for the ECW. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a second. Kofi Kingston, 94. Mark Henry, 95. What the hell? What? So, those performances were really freaking good. Really good, but obviously, the match, we didn't really design the match to be any good. But the performances are very, very good. Okay. So, we'll do that match later on and make it, well, jeez, I don't know if they can perform any better than that, but that's a good effort. Alright. They don't expect that to be good. Orton, 92. Batista Rollins, the final match between the two, just 75. Okay. Batista wins. 79 from Batista, Rollins 75. So very good from Seth. 75, Batista 79. It's probably about what we could expect. So overall, that feud is done. It's been a great feud, though, for both guys. Change their picks. Oh, yeah, I was going to change their picks, but because it's been lagging recently when I'm trying to change pictures, that's why I didn't do it. So off stream, I'll probably go ahead and do it all. Orton Big Show. All right. Big match show. Will he deliver? We've seen 100 already in the show. Is it possible we can get another one? I don't think so. I'm going to say 94. My prediction's 94. What do you guys think? Rollins has to win the US title next. Yeah, it's very tempting. Rollins is on fire. Alright, so what do you guys think? 100? Yeah, I think you're dreaming. 97, 99, 95. I think it's going to have to be Randy Orton carrying the Big Show to get it across the board. But big match show, you never know. Can we get it? Another 100. Here we go. 95. All right. Randy 99, Big Show 90. We do need to change the Big Show's gimmick. Above average. Okay. That's good. That's fine. 95. That's good. That's good. Alright. Main event. Punk, Cena, Jericho. This time I'll let you guys get your predictions in before I come along. So, what do you guys think? CM Punk, 100 popularity. Jericho and Cena. Jericho's about 91. Cena's about 92. Unfortunately, Cena's dropped a little bit. So, let's have a look. 100, 100, 93, 94, 100. Jeez, a lot of hundreds. If it's going to happen, they've got the guys in there to make it happen. It's pretty good. I'll tell you what, though. This pay-per-view could be one of our best we've ever had, the way we're going. 97, 93. I am going to say 98. I'm going to say 98. So here we go. CM Punk, John Cena, Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship. 97! Okay. Close. Cena 94, Jericho 93, CM Punk 100. 97. That's a good main event, though. That's our second best match of the night. That's what you want. We knew the tag match was going to be incredible. To get 97 for the main event is very good. So that's a good follow-up. So I think overall, let's take some more predictions. Overall, this show, well, factoring the 97, the 100, the other matches are pretty good as well. I think we could be getting a 95 rated show. I think I'm going to say 95. Although, we did get 100 though. Ooh, it'd be I think maybe 96 possible. ECW match should have been better. Yeah, we just didn't. We just made it be a quick little. Well, it was a 12-minute match. It could have been better. Yeah, I thought Batista and Rollins would be better. I thought Batista and Rollins would have hit 80, so that was a little bit disappointing. All right, I'm gonna say 95 overall. Let's have a look. 95 overall. I tell ya, getting above 96 is just so damn hard. Couldn't even get there this time. Couldn't even get to 96. Alright, it has to be Edge, Christian, and DX. Actually, I'm going to give it to Shawn Michaels because he's had some morale issues as of late. Let's give him a hug. Yeah, let's give him all hugs. You guys are awesome. What a pay-per-view. Damn. Hard to take the title of Punk when he performs like that. Exactly. Oh, okay. Jack Swagg has taken an MMA fight. So, Swagger's gone in 2 months' time. Didn't think he even was in MMA. Alright, sure. It's happening. He's taking MMA. I know he does MMA now, I think. Chantel Taylor, aka Taylor Wilde, one half of the Knockouts Tag Champs. Up for grabs. Yeah, she's not bad, but nah, we're good. Yeah, what happened to Chris Sabin? That's concerning. 2.41 buy rate, pretty good. Let's have a look. Chris Sabin. Oh, thank God. Just 19 days. Thank God. I thought for a second it was going to be when he wasn't. When I didn't see him straight away, I was like, oh no. I thought he was gone for a long time. He's alright. 19 days. Whew. Thank God. Shawn's second 100 this year. Yeah, Shawn Michaels. This is why he should never have retired. He can't retire. He's still he's too damn good. Where are we? WWE. Let's have a look. Top matches. So top events. Night of Champions was our second best event of the year. SummerSlam was our best with 96. Night of Champions 95. We've had a 94 as well on a Smackdown. 93. And we've had a lot of 93s. So 95, second time we've done. Well, first time we've done a 95. Top matches. So that's considered to be the best match we've done. Edge and Christian versus DX. Michaels versus Big Show. That random DQ match that somehow got 100. Yes. So Michaels has been involved in the two 100 rated matches so far. And considering we showed you earlier in my other series, I think I only had 3 in total in 4 years. So we've already got 2 in this year. Thanks to Shawn Michaels. There you go. Randy beat The Undertaker as well. 99 rated casket match. We've had a few 99s. So, okay. There you go. Alright, let's take a look at some of the popularity swings. Check your 96 save. Alright, at the end of the stream I'll show you that. We're getting ready to wrap this up soon once we check all this out. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh, Angelina Love's now in the 50s for popularity. That's good. That's good news. So when we brought her in, she was below 40, I think. That's good news. HBK vs Punk at Mania. Oh, wouldn't that be good? When in doubt, go HBK. Ooh. Big Matt Shawn. Yeah, I think Michaels, he is Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. You know, he delivers in the big nights. Shawn Michaels is the man. Batista, 83-84, so a little bit of a bump up, not much. Best now at 68, that's good. Booker T still 74. Brie Bella's at 56. What did she start at? Okay, we haven't even really got her up at all, so this feud has not worked at all for the Bellas. They haven't won anything, but just even the promos haven't helped. You love AJ Styles, but HBK's the best, greatest ever? Yeah, possibly, yep. Punk vs Austin is Mania, though. Yeah, that's going to be big. We've already done Punk and HBK, I believe, early in the series, but if we did it now, wow, it'd be good. We'll do it. I'm sure we will do it at some point on a pay-per-view. Maybe SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Jericho 91. Masters 62, 63. That's good. Christian 86. I think he was about 84, 85. So that 100 rated match has bumped him up a little bit. Punk's still at 100. Cody with the win is at 81, 82-ish. That's good. For our IC champion, that's kind of where you want him to be anyways. Morrison was a little bit too popular to be the IC champ. Which I know is strange to say that. He's too popular to be the champion, but it's true. Put HBK Morrison as the final two in the Rumble. Morrison might be champion, who knows? He's got money in the bank. He might cash that in by then. We kind of need to do something with Ziggler. We've really underutilized him. He hasn't been great, though. Ziggler and Swagger have been really shit, to put it bluntly. Drew McIntyre up to 69, so he went from 68 up to 69. Great news there. That's fantastic. Edge, he bumped up from about 90 up to 92, so he gained majority of the benefit there. Of course, they did beat DX, so he should. He did pin Shawn and Triple H, so... I want to do more with Eve as well. I like Eve, but she's really shit at the moment. Can she go to developmental? Ooh. You know what? I might send her down to developmental. She's doing literally nothing at the moment. If she can go away and get a little bit better, that'd be really handy. So I'll put her down there. Because she doesn't even lose. She just doesn't have many matches at all. Give Rollins a US belt around Mania. I think Rollins will be ready for it before then. Update Kofi and Kofi's pick. Yeah, I will later. Like I said, I don't want it to lag. I don't think it will, but just in case. It's been lagging lately. Cena. Cena's still at 92. We really need Cena to get to 100. It's really disappointing we've dropped him down so far. He was at 100 at one point. Morrison. So despite losing the belt, no real popularity hit. He's still okay. Still fine. Kofi still doing good. That's good. 87. Gone up a bit, hasn't he? He did beat Henry. Henry's dropped a bit to 85, 86. That's expected. If you get Jeff, do the Hardys. We're not getting Jeff anytime soon. Who's facing Taker at Mania? Sting. If we get Sting. Mickey James, mid-60s. So momentum. Still positive, yep. Nikki's at 56, 57. We needed the Bellas to get to 60. They're really bad still. Randy, 98, 99. So he's very close to going to 100, which would be very handy to have both our world champs at 100 each. Ray, 92. We need to get Ray involved in a feud. Keep going down. Shawn Michaels. Michaels dropped a little bit to 96 despite having that classic. He still dropped, which is a little bit disappointing. Sheamus. Sheamus is at 83, 84. It's quite good. Oh, the Miz is... I thought I missed the Miz, but he's down a little bit further. He's the Miz. Ted DiBiase, 73, 74. Still good. Big Show. Stayed the same at 89. Would have liked him to get back to 90, but that's okay. Miz, 86. Has he gone down recently? Yeah, he has. He did beat Sheamus. Sheamus beat him by countout, so that might have been the reason why Sheamus got a bit of a bump up. Taker's a bit inactive at the moment. We've taken him off TV for a little bit. Until maybe we do Brothers of Destruction versus Edge and Christian. Triple H, he dropped a little bit as well. He was about 99, 100. He's down back to 98. I think he can spare a couple of points anyways. And that's about it. Yep. I think unless I missed anyone. Really excited for the TNA Exodus. Me too. We'll see how long it has to go. I'm pretty sure it's very soon. I know Bobby Roode's one of the guys. 5 days. Oh, It's really late though, so I can't really play any longer. I would love to get these 5 days done, which I have to do another week's worth of shows, so it'll take me a little bit of time. So next time we come to you on stream, we have that to look forward to. The big TNA. We're gonna destroy TNA. We're gonna take everyone we can from TNA. Sting is coming here. Samoa Joe's coming here. Maybe Rude. Maybe Storm. We're gonna have maybe a TNA invasion. It's gonna be fun. Machine guns, they're about 64 pop. Check the other playthrough. Oh yeah, so before we go, I'll show you guys what I'm working on right now, my 1996 playthrough. Oh, that's why the screen shifted, because when I closed it down, it moved. So, my 1996 playthrough at the moment, playing WWF. I just had the Royal Rumble. That's the last show I did, where I had Shawn Michaels win the Royal Rumble. We had Bret Hart beat Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker in a fatal 4-way. Steve Austin beat the Rikishi. We only had, what, 3 matches in the show? That's not much, is it? The roster, it's not the best in the world, but Bret Hart is my world champ at the moment. He started as world champ. British Bulldog. Still have Diesel and Razor Ramon. They haven't left the WCW yet. Sid Vicious. Still got him. We actually have Rick Rude. For some reason, he's not still injured, so he's actually available to wrestle. So I signed him, and he's having a comeback. Taker. And my big WrestleMania match is going to be Undertaker versus Vader. So we signed Vader. We got him to a long-term deal. Everyone was trying to fight him for it, but I got him. Got Goldust. He's one of the guys I'm pushing hard. Owen Hart, Yokozuna, Jeff Jarrett. Giving Ahmed Johnson a strong push as well. The mid-card's pretty good. Steve Austin's in the mid-card as the ringmaster. Rikishi. X-Pac. Where's Brian Pillman? Yeah, I got Brian Pillman, so he's also going to be one of my future guys coming through. The rest of the guys are not really worth looking at. Developmental, though, I've got Jericho, I signed him. Edge, Christian, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. Kane, I put him down developmental to repackage him. Triple H, I put him down developmental to repackage him as well. So there's a few names I got there. So it's a bit of potential. But, yeah. I haven't done a lot yet, but that's kind of what I'm playing recently on TW. Alright, well, that's pretty much all we have time for, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I might keep you more up to date with some of my other playthroughs if you're interested. You know, I could always do that. But another TNA episode. Oh, you might look at the titles and teams. Alright, we'll have a quick look. Why not? The titles. So, Razor Ramon's IC champ. Can't believe Mabel won King of the Ring. That was so weird. Ugh. Bret Hart's world champ and the Smoking Guns tag team champions. Teams. Body Donners, Bushwhackers, Diesel and Ramon. I think I'm about to turn Diesel heel, so that won't be a thing for long. I just re-signed the Head Shrinkers. We got Men on a Mission, Owen Hart, Yokozuna, and Smoking Guns. So not a lot of strong teams at the moment. TNA, TW, I was going to do one today. I just didn't get around to it because I realized I was streaming this tonight, so I didn't want to play like 2 hours of TNA and then get on this and play more because I didn't want to be bored of it. So tomorrow I'll do some more, 100%, so you'll see an episode tomorrow. So I know I haven't done enough this week, but I'm going to do a bit more. I wasn't able to make videos this weekend, really, so I will make up for it tomorrow, so you'll see more. That's a guarantee from me. And if I don't, well, you can send me an angry tweet, and I will gladly give it a favorite. Alright, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and thank you to our subscriber from earlier. Thank you to everyone who's followed the stream today, and thank you to everyone who's come along. It's been great to have you all come along to the streams and support me on Twitch. I really, really appreciate it. This will be available to watch on YouTube later on, probably when I wake up tomorrow. So probably when Fastlane's on. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a while. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for coming along, guys. Next stream, probably again on the weekend, so it'll be a little bit of time till the next stream, but hopefully it will be another good one. It should be, with the TNA invasion possibly happening. Should be fun. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.